Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, I am going to be showing you a new indicator that I've been looking at called Lux Algo. This is a sponsored video, but I actually think that this is a very interesting indicator, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to use this indicator to come up with a trade setup, and as traders and technical analysts, I think you guys will actually be very interested in what we are going to be covering today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out Lux Algo. The link is in the description box down below. Once again, this is sponsored, but I actually do think this is a very good product, one that I am going to be using as I go forward in my journey in TA. So without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So the very first thing I want to let you guys know is that this is a relatively complicated indicator. On their website, they break down everything and how all of it works. So I'm just going to be running through a couple of the different features and explaining to you how I am going to be going about using this indicator moving on into the future. So let's go ahead and jump on to my chart. So this is the indicator right here. In fact, it comes in 3 flavors. We have the Lux Algo Premium indicator that shows up on your screen. We'll go over all of this in a second. We have the Lux Oscillator down here, which is actually so far one of my favorite features in the package. And then there's also something here called Lux Volatility Premium down here, which I haven't explored too much yet, but it looks very interesting. I'm going to be looking into that some more. So let's break down a little bit of how this works, and then I'm going to go into where I am actually seeing a trade setup right now based on this indicator. The first thing I want to bring your attention to are these different sell and buy signals and the color of the candlesticks. These green candlesticks represent a strong buy order. It typically means that the market is in an uptrend, and as you can see in this period of market in February, that is exactly true. Right around the time we hit the top, we saw a sell signal. We'll talk about that in a second. The purple right here signifies that you're in a normal sideways consolidative price action movement where you see the market going up and down, and you might want to buy it, you might want to sell it. This is where the indicator is not really giving you a signal. It's just saying, hey, use your noggin. We're probably trading sideways here. Then the next thing we have are our signals. As you can see, we had a strong sell signal right before this big dump that called it, and if you had been using this indicator, you would have seen that the market was about to correct. You can also see right here, we had a strong buy signal saying, hey, you might want to jump into the market because it looks like this market is trending to the upside. Now on the Lux Oscillator down here, I'm not going to get into all of exactly how this works, but one thing that I find very interesting here is this little thing right here that says Lux Current Signal Buy, and it says 83.33%. This is essentially saying, and you can see how these candlesticks right here are outlined, that, hey, right now, the market has just had a giant crash. It looks like we're moving to the upside. Based on this indicator, we should be buying right now and looking for the market to rally. And guys, I've talked about here on the channel why I think right now is a pretty good time to be buying as we're bouncing off of the 20 weekly exponential moving average. So I would agree with the indicator right here, and this is where I'm going to go with this video. In this case, out here on the daily chart, let's take a look here. We have a spinning top formation. That's great. We need to see where the market's going to go next. Well, Lux Oscillator here is saying that this is a buying opportunity, and like I said, based on my analysis, I would agree with that. What I would be looking at doing here is setting up a trade setup with a long position with an entry price somewhere right around where we are right now, a pretty big stop loss. This one, you want to set up a stop loss, but in my opinion, I would be careful about setting a stop loss too low because at the end of the day, or too high, excuse me, because at the end of the day, we don't exactly know what the market's going to do here, but nevertheless, the indicator here is saying that we're going to rally. And then we can also see based off of these lines up here, how far this indicator might move to the upside. I would say based on this, it looks like Bitcoin very well may move to at least $56,000, $57,000 here. So we have a trade setup. Again, this stop loss, you want to place it somewhere. So I'm going to place it probably around $50,000, but the stop loss isn't the biggest deal right now. Always have a stop loss, but don't get caught up on it. This trade setup built off of the Lux indicator here gives you about a 4x risk to reward ratio. And by the way, guys, just so you know, there are a ton of different features and functionalities in here. I am only scratching the surface of what we have here. And quite frankly, I still need to learn a lot of this because there is so much here that is really, really interesting. We have Lux and confirmation and normalize and legacy. Guys, there are so many things to look at in this indicator. I've actually gone and done some backtesting on it to see if its signals actually make sense. And so far, from everything I've seen, especially those buy and sell, those strong and weak sell signals and everything, those seem to be very, very accurate, and they seem to be giving you, if you're a swing trader especially, a pretty solid understanding of where the market's topping out and where the market is pulling to the downside. Another thing this indicator has is that there's actually a Discord server that you can find over on their website where they have a ton of different setups for what exact metrics you ought to be using in some of these indicators. For example, the sensitivity on some of these indicators, how exactly the indicators are calculated, the inputs, all of that is updated in the Discord server for this indicator. So go ahead and check out that. It's on their website. Hit the link down below for that. Really, at the end of the day, guys, I say this with any indicator indicator. I can give you all the specifics. They can give you all the specifics over there. I've just made a trade setup here, and I want you to check this out. Guys, they do have a price for this. This is not a free indicator. There's a lot here, and obviously, you want to pay back to the person who is giving you value, and I think you're going to get a lot of great value out of this. This product is priced at $67.99 a month, $143.90 quarterly, or $489.99 yearly. You get a discount if you pay for longer, and I personally think it's a pretty solid idea, and I'll tell you why. The reason I think this is a good idea and that I'm going to be using it from here on out is because there is a lot in here that gives us a better insight on what the market is doing, and the more insight I can have, the better experienced and knowledgeable trades and investments I can make because I have more information at my fingertips. Now, of course, you don't want to go into information overload. I wouldn't recommend you try and use all like 500 indicators in this package, but try it out, start using a few of them, see if it's beneficial and useful for your trades, and I challenge you, if you're using this indicator and if you want to try and use this indicator, track your trades where you made a trade based off of it and see if it actually helps you. If it doesn't, don't use it, but if it is actually helpful to you, I would encourage you to stick with it because the more tools that we can have in our tool belt, the better. Guys, Lux Algo is the largest vendor of technical indicators on TradingView, and that is for a reason. If you're interested in signing up, you can do so with the link in the description box down below, and tell me your opinions on this in the comment section down below. How many of you guys have used Lux Algo, and what do you think about it? It seems like a pretty good indicator to me, and is one that you'll be seeing a little bit more here on the channel moving forward, especially as I get to know it a little bit better. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.